I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. My life has value.
Okay, so the intro's good. All right. Hi, guys. Hope you guys are all doing well. This is just a sound check. I do apologize for not having a show on Wednesday. We took a kind of an impromptu vacation for the holiday. We left last Thursday and we didn't get back until late Tuesday night. And I was, not gonna lie, I was beat. I know that my lupus is pretty well under control. Though my pain threshold has been pretty much off the charts the last few days, but yeah, it kind of wore me out. So, and I do apologize for that, but we will get back on track. Tonight, it's just going to be myself. And we're going to talk about this whole September 23rd rapture thing. It amazes me how you can give somebody the exact words directly from Jesus's mouth, and they will still insist that that they're right. Essentially calling Jesus a liar, because that's not, gonna come back and bite you in the butt. But we're gonna talk about that tonight. Doing a lot of posting over on TikTok. I don't know why. I just decided to kind of, I'm still over on Facebook, but I'm just going to concentrate on TikTok for a little bit and get that situated and try to grow that. I've already gotten one strike, by the way. I put up a video. What was that video about? It was yesterday or the day before. Let's see the other video I just put up. Put up a video, I believe it was the day before yesterday. And which one was this one? Oh, it was showing the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, the FMSCA's laws that are on the books regarding requirement for speaking English to be in service and to drive a commercial vehicle in the United States. And this comes on after, was it 3-4 weeks ago, when that 3 people were killed in Florida with the illegal, 2 people were in the car or the truck. I'm sure everybody's seen it's been all over the internet. But they were illegal. They were from the country of India, and did an illegal U-turn and killed 3 people. A lot of people, and it's weird because this is crazy, guys. Have you guys ever noticed that the left constantly defends the criminals? Constantly defends the criminals. We saw it back with George Floyd. We see it a lot here in Chicago. Dave and I belong. Well, Dave's not on Facebook anymore, by the way. But we belong to a couple of like local groups, like where we live, and people will literally defend the criminal. If the police take action against the criminal and the criminal happens to get hurt, it all falls on the police, which is crazy. It's crazy to me. And the left is just losing their minds about laws being enforced. We're seeing it now with like I said, with the English requirement to have a CDL. Guys, that has been on the books, literally been on the books since December of 19. Hold on a second. December of 19. Trying to remember. 1936, something like that. I mean, it's been on the books for decades, but the FMCSA has not enforced it. Okay, they are just now enforcing these laws, but the left is losing their minds. They're like, blah, I can't believe it. Believe it. Okay. They're also losing their minds over this freaking detention, mass deportation. And I just put up a video about that, and they were going to take it down. They gave me a warning. They took it down. I appealed it. They said it violated terms of service for TikTok. December 23rd, 1936 is when that law for English speaking was put on the books for the FMCSA. But anyway, so I put up another one talking about the mass deportations, about how I cited the law. Okay, I cited the law, and I said it says entering the United States without permission is primarily a violation of 8 U.S.C. 1325, which is improper entry by an alien, which criminalizes unlawful entry. And I said, this is what happens when you come to the United States. You enter here without permission. You're in violation of that law. Criminalizes unlawful entry, and you basically are detained, fines, imprisonment, detained, deportation. And then I said, what happens if you try to enter Russia the same way? Well, if you try to enter Russia, you get detained, you get fined, you get deported, and you get banned on future entry. Okay. What happens if you try to enter China the same way? Well, China, you get detention, fines, deportation, and potential ban for future reentry. What about Israel? Well, Israel's a little bit stricter. They will detain you, they will deport you, and they will have put a ban on you for up to 10 years. But they also have detention centers. And then I said, every country has a detention facility. Every country will detain you and deport you. We are the only country where people are protesting the conviction and deportation of criminals. Literally, we are the only country. I cannot believe the amount of, we were told in the Bible, good will look like evil, and evil will look like good. That's the only way I can describe it. I can't describe it any other way. So, but yeah, so I don't know how long I'm going to be over on TikTok. Like I said, I just started, really, really posting over there. I've had an account forever, but I just started posting over there, and already I've gotten to 1 strike. And I did, I want to say, appeal the one today, and they did put it back up. So yeah, but I'm not holding back. If you guys know my husband and how he, has no filter when it comes to posting and saying things, that's kind of the way I am over on TikTok. Because first off, I don't care. Ban me? I don't care. And secondly, and I haven't really come on here and like talk to you guys, but I'm not the same person I was last year. I'm not somebody who's going to shut my mouth because I'm afraid to hurt your feelings. That's not me anymore. I'm going to say it. I'm going to mean it. And I'm going to own up to the words that I say because I don't say anything I don't mean. And whether that's good or bad. And you can ask my husband. Um, I kind of hurt his feelings the other night, and I did apologize to him, but it was kind of like sorry, not sorry kind of thing. Because at this point, I don't care. All right. I'm going to tell you like it is. You know, I don't know. I guess my filter has been dissolved. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't have the fear of speaking my mind anymore. I don't have the fear of even coming here and speaking like I used to. I used to like, weigh my words and be careful what I said or how I said it. That's you're not going to hear that from me anymore. And again, sorry, not sorry. And that might be a good thing or a bad thing, considering if you've been around for any length of time. You guys know about, everybody on here has haters. Everybody on here has people that, will try to, I don't know, pretty much beat you down. Yeah. Lori's not going to put up with that. So, I'm not gonna, what do I say? I'm not gonna deal with that laying down anymore. I've kept my mouth shut for a long time, not gonna anymore. So, not saying that I'm gonna but should anybody decide to start running their necks again, they just might hear a little bit from me. I'm not gonna go looking for it, but hey, yeah. I know you've been, yeah. I unfortunately have been the type of person who I don't want to hurt your feelings. Oh yeah, absolutely keeping it biblical. Oh, 100%. 100%. Keeping it biblical. Absolutely. I will go to them in private, and I will go to them in private. I will try to resolve that, which we all know that is not going to happen. Okay. And then when I take it public, I will keep it biblical, keep it to the point and on point. So, but I've always been afraid to hurt people's feelings. I'm careful about what I say because I cared. I guess I cared about what people thought about me. And that I don't care anymore. I really don't. If you see what I've gone through in the last year, you'd understand why I have no filter anymore. Like I said, could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I don't know. But Ernie, are you free tonight? If you are, come on up and join me tonight. I'm going to talk about September 23rd and this Rapture Palooza. I don't know what else to call it. It's craziness. It's insane. Even when I give the word and show what even Jesus has said about his return, about things that have to happen before his return. He literally lays it out, and people are still, no, this is going to happen, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, I'm afraid, and this is something that I've talked with other people about over on TikTok. I've actually talking to quite a few people over there. Cool. Same time, 8:00. I'll send you the link in a email. So I've been talking to quite a few people. One of the people I've been talking to, he goes by the name of Taco Talks. His name's Tyler, and he's this boy's on point when it comes to scripture and keeping things real. And even he says that it feels the same way I feel, that I believe that come September 25th, when this doesn't happen, that this could be the falling away. This could be the thing that we've been warned about that would happen. And you know what? And if it does happen, then it happens because it's biblical. We were told it was going to happen. We can't be surprised. We can't second guess it or point fingers or blame or anything like that because unfortunately, was meant to be. It was God knew in the beginning that this was going to happen, and He warned us about it. It's just watching people that I care about or that I've come to know online fall a victim to dispensationalism. It hurts. It really, really hurts. I had an uncle who was in seminary in the 1950s. And I've had long conversations with him before he passed away about the rapture theory. And he even said, that, he never even heard of it. They didn't know anything about it until about the mid 50s. And all of a sudden they were handed these folders with this theology in it and told to start teaching it. And my uncle, he actually left the seminary. He decided he no longer wanted to seek the priesthood because he saw that this was deception and he couldn't be a part of it. He said that he wouldn't be a part of it. So, and I even tell people that story, and they still, no, that's not true. It was taught back in the Middle Ages. Show me where. You can't because it doesn't exist. You can't. Show me in the scriptures where it says it. Show me in whatever. Show me in alternative writings. Anything that you can show me that would prove your point of saying that. And it, up until right now, I've never seen it. I just know about Darby Scofield and that whole Freemasonry deception that was thought up to, and there was only one reason that it was pushed was to sell the Scofield Bibles, because Scofield had the teaching points, the talking points in his Bibles. So it pushed, more Bibles being sold. Closest thing we have to rapture is harpazo in the lexicon in the Strong's Concordance, and that sounds nothing like anything I want to partake in. Not to mention the fact that if you read, and I won't give too much away, but if you read one of Jesus's parables, he pretty much tells us how it goes down. And that's where the term harpazo comes into. Violent shaking, to take by force, to seize, to take us by robbery. Doesn't sound anything like God would do, does it? I mean, not my God. I mean, maybe the other gods, but not our God. No. So, anyways, so the sound sounds okay, guys. That's really the only reason why I came on here was to do a sound check. I'm not going to. Exactly. It was took its roots in the 1800s. Actually, it was the late 1800s with that girl that had the dream that Darby heard about, latched onto, and then pretty much sold the idea to Scofield, and they came up with the idea to try to make money that way. Yeah, I would love to get Taco on. I will ask him. There's a couple people I would like to get on actually. There's him and there's another guy. I can't think of his name right now. I would love to get both of them on. He's actually up by Deb. He's in where is he? He's in Denver. Yeah, he's up in Denver. So all right. So I sound okay. I just didn't want the same thing happening tonight that happened with John last week. I have not gone back and listened to the show, but I heard that it's really bad. So, and I did not use. I don't think I used my headphones for that show. Yeah. What's up by you? All right, I'm going to finish my lunch. And then I gotta do some things. Dave's going back to work on Sunday. He's actually getting the truck loaded right now. He had his follow-up doctor's appointment this morning. Everything looks good. The right side is completely healed. I did have a dedicated mic. I had my headphones, but I don't think they were working all that right. I need to get another pair, and I will. But anyways, he's gone back to work, so I'm going back to work. And so, but he might have an infection in the new one, the left side. We're going to keep an eye on it. Doctor's putting him on some prophylactic antibiotics. But yeah, so he starts work on Sunday. I'm going back to work on Sunday. So I won't be around in case any breaking news or anything. But I will have a lot more free time with him gone. I feel bad coming up here and doing a show because he's downstairs in the living room and is in the chair. You have the easy chair, and I make sure he's got everything before I come up here and stuff like that. But yeah, he doesn't like to stay downstairs alone, which I don't blame him. I wouldn't like to either. So, but he does listen to us while he's down there. I can hear my door's closed when I have the show on, but I can hear like the music and stuff, the bumper new music. Oh, and speaking of bumper, hold on a second. Joy will be on with us. This Sunday. Yep. This Sunday, Dr. Joy will be back with us live. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm not going to play the outro music, considering that the intro music was fine. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to change any of my settings or anything. So I will see you guys tonight. All right. God bless.